so now we will be doing a demo for muscle belly stripping. So we're going to be in the sideline position again, and I'm going to be focusing on the deltoid, okay? So muscle belly stripping is a deeper technique. So just like with our skin rolling, there is potential that this might get up to a 4. So we really need to make sure we re-establish the pain scale with our patient before we go on to this. We are going to do 2 types of assessment. We're going to do our 4 T's. We're also going to do our range of motion for the muscle, okay? So this is going to be a bit different than the assessment that we would do for the joint, okay? So deltoid, I'm going to be focusing on the middle delt, so I'm going to be doing abduction, okay? Because this is a deeper technique, while we're following our principles, I have to make sure that I'm warming up proximal and distal and on site, okay? So even though I'm going to be treating the delt, I'm going to have to make sure I warm up the upper traps, and I'm going to have to make sure I warm up the biceps, the triceps, and the forearm as well before I move on to working on the deltoid, okay? So we've got our awesome body here. Adam, thank you for being with us. So I'm going to start with my freezing cold effleurage. Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm going up into the shoulder there. Application here. Okay, so I'm going to start with some stroking. I can do a bit of knuckle stroking here. I want to stabilize that shoulder because if I don't, it's kind of going to be like that. So I can use my hand to create a bit of traction there. Okay. I'm going to do some picking up. What number would you give that?
2.
It's a 2. Okay. Okay. Maybe I want to do a bit of kneading in this area. Obviously, I would be going a lot slower. I can go up into the neck there. Do a bit of fingertip kneading in there because I can't really do any picking up in the neck there. Okay, I'm going to work my way out. And I'm going to move into the arm now. And I can do all of those techniques here, right? I'm going to still start proximal to distal, but I'm not going to focus directly on the delt. I can do some palmar stroking. I can do some knuckle stroking. I can definitely do some picking up. I can pick up the triceps. I can slacken and I can do some picking up to the biceps. Okay, I can also do some kneading here. I can do some kneading here. Okay, then I'm going to do working my way back out, picking up, my stroking. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the forearm. I'm going to do my stroking, my picking up, my kneading. I can do all of that, okay? And then I'm going to work my way back out. Okay, so now I'm going to be targeting the middle deltoid, okay? So if you just push here, do some abduction, yep, we can see the deltoid right here, going all the way down to the deltoid insertion here, okay? So I'm going to be focusing in the middle here, okay? I think I'm going to do knuckle stroking or I could do fingertip. Both of those would be appropriate because of the size of the delt and the size of my hand, okay? This is a deeper technique, so I might do some knuckle stroking, okay? So I need to do a really good warm-up of this deltoid, so I'm not going to rush through this one, okay? So I'm going to start with some stroking. I'm going to do my fingertip stroking. Ooh, what number would you give that there?
Oh, it's still 2.
It's a 2. Okay. I don't believe him, but. Okay. I'm going to do my knuckle stroking. Nice and slow and deep. Okay, his shoulder's collapsing a little bit, so I'm actually going to brace with my elbow right here. I'm going to do some in the front here. Get that anterior delt. Okay. I'm going to do some picking up now. Starting proximal, going distal, and scooping back up. Really trying to lift that from the underlying structure. now I'm gonna do some kneading, okay? And my kneading is for separating. So where am I gonna focus my kneading? I'm gonna focus on the anterior and posterior and down at the attachment site here. Okay, so I wanna knead that posterior delt away from the rotator cuff and the triceps here. What number would you give that?
That's a 3.
Okay, it's a 3 now. Okay, so I'm going away, I'm kneading away, I'm visualizing that separating from the underlying structures there, starting proximal, going distal. Just gonna do a bit of clearing in the middle. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do some intermuscular kneading as well. Maybe I wanna try to visualize separating the posterior from the middle. Okay, I'm gonna do that same here. I think fingertip kneading is best. It's most specific here. My thumbs fit really good in a check mark here, so I could also potentially do alternating thumb kneading, and my pass is less than 6 inches here, so this is definitely appropriate for some of this. What number would you give that?
That's
there.
a 3.
It's a 3 still, okay. Okay, then I'm gonna go into really kneading away from that anterior delt here. Okay, so I'm gonna work my way back out. I would obviously do more kneading, but for demo purposes, back into my stroking. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do a bit of effleurage. Entire arm. Okay. Now I want to apply my stripping protocol, okay? So this is the time where I'm gonna be like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna be doing muscle stripping. It could potentially get up to a 4, so you remember our pain scale. 4, it hurts, we can breathe through and last a little while. I'm gonna be doing a couple passes and then I'll reassess and see if we've had a therapeutic effect. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I've reestablished my pain scale. Okay, so I have to do some range of motion, okay? So, and it's for, don't help, let it go. It's for the muscle. So I'm not really focusing on the joint. I want to see how smooth that muscle moves, how much range of motion that patient has, okay? And I'm going to be focusing just on abduction for right now. I'm going to be focusing on stripping that middle deltoid, okay? So I have the wrist supported. I'm stabilizing this joint. He's in a nice neutral position. He's got good range of motion, okay? So doing a bit of that supination at the end to get that full abduction here. Okay, so he can have his arm, elbow bent there, okay? I can go from O to I or from I to O. It doesn't matter, but it is the most stable to the least stable, okay? So this area would be the most stable, this area would be the least stable, so I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna strip down here, okay? We are targeting contractile tissue, so I need to make sure that I'm on the muscle. I need to make sure. So, you know, how do we think we know we're on the right muscle? Fire it off. Okay, perfect. Great suggestion. So push here, relax. My fingers go up. I want Omar to zoom in here. Okay, so Adam, I'm gonna get you to push. Okay, my fingers go up. I'm on contractile tissue and relax. One more time. Okay, see my fingers pop up there, okay? I'm gonna reinforce, and I'm gonna do some reinforced fingertip muscle belly stripping right now. What number would you give that, Adam?
That's a 4.
It's a 4, okay. So nice, slow, deep, specific strokes. I have a bit of curve in my fingers, but I'm not bridging at all, and I can feel the tissue changing to tendon, so I'm gonna gently release. Okay, I'm gonna do, maybe I'm gonna go right beside that. So push here. Okay, my fingers move up. I know I'm on the contractile muscle. I'm gonna reinforce. And I'm gonna do a slow, specific, deep muscle belly stroke. Going, going, going. I can start to feel the tissue starting to change. And when I get closer to the attachment site, I actually can feel it turning into tendon. and I'm going to gently release, okay? I'm not springing off the body. We're never releasing our fingers like that. It has to be a gradual release, okay? Same with when I start. So I'm not going right into the 4 and pushing the whole way there. That's not gonna feel really good for my patient, okay? I'm gonna fire it off. I'm gonna feel my fingers go up. I'm gonna gradually increase my pressure as I go down, okay? The rate is really important for this technique. The deeper we are and the more specific we are, the slower our rate is and the smaller our surface area becomes, okay? And I'm gonna release. All right, maybe I had a therapeutic effect, okay? How do I know? Reassess. Okay, amazing, good suggestion. So I'm gonna reassess. Oh, so much more movement, crazy increased range of motion, less pain. I'm amazing. Okay, so if I reassessed and there was still a bit of pain, I would obviously go back and I would do a couple more muscle belly strips. But massage doesn't have to be painful to be therapeutic, so we're not going to be focusing on the painful techniques. We want to achieve our goals and then we want to move on. Okay, that's why we're going to do an assessment and create those treatment goals. Okay, so he wanted less pain with abduction, increased range of motion. I've achieved that goal. So now I need to work my way back out. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of kneading. I'm going to go fast for this one. I'm going to knead this area. I'm going to do some picking up. I'm going to do my stroking. And then I'm going to do my effleurage of the entire arm. Okay, then finally I'm going to do my 4 T's again. Oh my God, way less tender. So amazing, okay? And you can see here, out of the whole arm, the area that we worked on has the most hyperemia. So we increased local circulation, we increased range of motion, and we decreased hypertonicity. So we achieved some really awesome therapeutic goals there. So that is muscle belly stripping to the arm. We can basically do muscle belly stripping anywhere there's contractile muscle tissue. We just have to make sure we're doing the range of motion for the muscle, not for the joint. We're contracting the muscle before we do the strip because we need to make sure we're on the muscle belly, and then we need to let them know that it could go up to a 4, and we need to reassess with range of motion before we move on to make sure that we've achieved our goals, and if we haven't, we can go back in and do a bit more stripping. Okay,